Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I am present in Business Line newspaper headline. So, first of all, after weeks of Adani crisis, FPIs cut their bearish bets. Next, goods export drop 6.58% in Jan as key items take a hit. Next, India cannot disallow imports, says FM. Next, RBI return applications of Paytm free charge. Next, TCS revenue to lag Infosys in FY23 FY24. Next, minimum import price for Aeroconut hiked by rupees 100 kg. Next, AI order the tailwind that sector needed. Next, on ground turbulence. Next, majority of lenders back NARCL bid for Shri firms. Next, the mega aircraft acquisition deal. What the London Dairy says. On page number 2 in business in news section under that 89.25% of lenders back NARCL bid for Shri firms. Next, rural inflation has remained above urban numbers since January 2022. Next, Apollo Hospital charts rupees 3000 crore capex plan. Next, TNPL post highest ever profit at rupees 113 crore in quarter 3. Next, and 2023 good timing to find new Twitter head. Next, EBIX cash first to enable UPI for foreign national. Next, worst of commodity linked inflation volatility over Marico MD. Next, to grow MENA portfolio. Next, Vodafone Idea presents its business plan to banks to secure funding. Next, CCI approves Dalmia Cements acquisition of JL plants for rupees 5066 crore. Then I comes to page number 3 in news section under that next round of India UK talks for FTA in March. Next, Jaishankar Fiji deputy PM discusses bilateral ties. Next, Vedanta is preferred bidder for Bauxite block in Odisha. Next, India cannot be inward looking and disallow imports FM. Next, MCA extends time for filing 45E form without extra fee. Next, 20 Russian banks open rupee Vostro accounts for trade with India. Next, SBI hikes lending rates by 10 to 25 basis points. Next, NTPC to raise $150 million overseas with green shoe opposition of $600 billion. On page number 4 in news section under that MTNL quarter 3 consolidated loss widened to rupees 775 crore. Next, Microsoft shell to skill up non-IT students. Next, Philippines airline partners with Ramco. Next, Udan Capital disburses rupees 4000 crore working capital. Next, RBI returns PA applications of Paytm free charge PayU. Next, banks plan to install 17,000 new ATM CRM. Next, telcos demand level playing field with OTT players. Next, China must take a haircut on its loan to poor countries. Next, Volvo to stay the course with EVs in India. On page number 5, in news section under that, central aid to all residential rooftop solar projects will be uniform. MNRE. Next, Moody's sees TCS revenue growing at lower rate than Infosys in FY23 FY24. Next, India RA revises MFI sector outlook to improving from neutral. Next, Audi eyes high double-digit growth this year. Balbir Singh Dhillon. On page number 6 in things section under that, flying high. Next, budget and unanswered questions. Next, why is the Air India order such a big deal? Next, fighting misinformation. On page number 7 in things section under that, startup cools to millets. Next, H1B impacted by tech layoffs should not panic. Next, risk proofing climate finance. Next, 20 years ago today, WTO farm talks in limbo. Next, Reliance stake in BSCS rises to 58 PC. Next, L&T refers cement recast plan to ICRA. Then I comes to page number 18, market radar section under that, STCG tax on market linked debts with will impact 2 lakh investors. Next, as SEBI streamlines disclosure of public issues. Next, most Adani groups and higher on reassurance. Next, investors flock to market despite Adani stock route. Next, GMR Airport Infra shares gains after quarter 3 earnings. Next, LT Foods shares and flat despite getting CCI news. Next, US stocks dip on strong retail sales report. On page number 9 in Techno, Philip Philin section under that, a pretty predictable and pleasant Boko. Next, Shutterbird Delight Sony FX30. Next, premium sustainability Nokia X30 5G. Next, game mode on OnePlus Monitor X27. Next, jack of all trades, master of some. Next, news section under that, India has third largest startup ecosystem. Next, RBI regulation allowed for ATI write down. Yes Bank tells Supreme Court. Next, framework to assess nudge generics drug maker to expand access of products. Then I comes to page number 10. In that commodity agri and business section under that, deluge of edible oil imports hits refiners. Next, go short on lead future. Next, G20 nation formulate 4 points common agenda on farming. Next, government hikes minimum import price for arecanut by rupees 100 kg. Next, energy contracts NSC CME group impact. Next, government to decide on raising sugar export quota soon. Next, M6 to launch zinc MI Mini Future Tomorrow. Next, National Horticulture Fair to showcase innovation. Next, do away with different rate of GST on SPF SMP Milk Hudson Chairman Chandra Mohan. Next, Telangana cotton output up 33% in 6 years. Next, speed up permits to import raw material for value added seafood exports, says SEAI. Next, center targeting $14 billion marine product export by 2025, Anupriya Patel. Then I comes to page number 11 in news section under that, government to set up 2 lakh cooperative society over 5 years. Next, Modi to inaugurates Adi Mahotsav today. Next, NCB gets 6 new supervisor posts, 400 overall. Next, no custodial interrogation in child marriage cases. Next, demanding reorganization. Next, IT searches at BBC office would not affect India UK trade official. Next, infrastructure housing to sustain cement demand over next 2 years Moody's. Next, IRCTC sees tourism driving revenue. Next, Dr. Agrawal eye care chain plans rupees 500 crore expansion in AP. Next, footwear per capita is the lowest in India. There is room for growth. On page number 12, in news section under that, defense procurement budget to see 75% hike in FY24 Singh. Next, callings to make advanced aerostructures avionics in India. Next, India to emerge as lighthouse for the world in area of innovations. Next, Garuda Aerospace unveils solar powered drone Suraj. Next, MiG 29K DRDO transfer AI project to Indian Navy. Next, Airbus wants to promote sustainable aviation fuel. Next, Navy keen to buy Boeing Super Hornet aircraft. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Mega good day.